So what it says is, par one, okay? So Gibbs, Meyer, and Hill are partners and they share income and losses 5-1-4. The partnership's capital balances are as follows. And so what this works with is the partnership withdrawal and admission. All right. So Gibbs has 303, Meyer has 74,000, and Hill has 223,000. Gibbs decides to withdraw from the partnership, and the partnership not to have any assets, not to have the assets revalued upon Gibbs' retirement. Okay. Prepare the journal that occurs Gibbs' April 30th withdrawal from the partnership under each of the following separate assumptions. So Gibbs sells her interest to Brady for $250,000. Okay. After Meyer and Hill approve the entry of Brady as a partner. So don't forget, in this case, the $250,000 is between two private individuals. The partnership concern is that Gibbs has left the partnership, so her capital it will be reduced to zero. Brady has entered the capital, has entered the partnership. So the 303 capital equity is what shows up. And here's where that came from. The 250 is between two people, is not a partnership concern. All right? The next one is, she gives her interest to her daughter-in-law, Cannon, and thereafter Meyer accepts as a partner. So let me turn you loose with that, and I'll put up the answers as we go along. Now, I'm going to turn on one more light, so it's more, so it's still readable, but what if I turn on this light? Is that readable?
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, really? Okay. It was too dark before?
Yeah, I'll make you sleepy.
It made you sleepy? Okay, that'll happen. Okay. On we. Okay. Now, Jean, you're the bellwether. How is this working?
Huh?
You're the bellwether. Didn't we agree to that last class? You're like or the canary in the cage or whatever?
Okay.
All right, just checking in. Is this all working out?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Liz, you doing good?
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Okay. How about Jacob and Antonio? You guys back, you kind of quiet. Did it work it out good?
Yeah.
All right, yell if you got a question. Okay, Jonathan, you doing good?
Doing good.
All right, Levi?
Good.
All right, Tim?
Yeah, working through it.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of wander around. Everybody got the roll? Ooh. You guys, before I forget, and I'm sorry, I do apologize for interrupting. Monday we're having the test, right? So the study guide is in Moodle. It's more like a practice test. So on Monday, we talked about this before, the first hour, let's have a review. I'll organize it around the study guide. The second hour, we'll take the test. The test is 10 definitions. And just as with 201, there'll be the definition you write in the Word, right? And then there's 23 multiple choice questions, most of which have calculations. So bring a number 2 pencil, I'll bring a scan run, bring a calculator that's silent. And just as before, I'll put them in Moodle as soon as they're graded. Hopefully it'll be the next day. So you'll know how, but you'll in all likelihood know how you did before you get to class on Wednesday. Sound good? Yeah, Tim?
Oh, just 10 definitions and 22 multiple choice and nothing else in there?
That's it.
No surprises?
I don't think so. Hopefully not. But the 22 multiple choice, most of them have calculations. So you just report your answer as A, B, C, D.
Again, what chapter is this again?
It'll be the first 3 chapters, so it'll be 10, 11, 12.
Thank you, sir.
And just the first 3 chapters of this. Questions? All right. Everybody got the roll, right? Yeah. No problem. It doesn't affect it at all. It's between Gibbs and Brady, but it's not a partnership concern. It's a personal thing. The only thing that affects the partnership is Brady's capital is transferred, Gibbs's capital is transferred to Brady. And another way of looking at it is the effect of having a name change.
Covering the water rate and stuff.
Yeah, they're not here. Angelica, you've got to tell Tiffany that. get the class more
Yeah,
often.
I'm gonna call her.
Yeah, tell her what's Moss's lowest, kid. It's German, right? Yeah. It's Moss's lowest, didn't he? Okay.
So that one for A,
Okay.
I got this, cause see, she sells it for 250,000, so when she taking 53 cash.
Here's the deal. From a partnership standpoint, it's a name change. So Gibbs's Capital is 303,000. They're going to change the name to Brady Capital.
But it says that she sold it for only 250,000.
But now that's between Gibbs and Brady. It's
So
not a
that's like
part.
behind the scenes.
It's behind the scenes.
Okay.
Because from the partnership standpoint, Gibbs's Capital will be renamed.
Okay, so it's just for.
It just renamed.
See,
All right, here's the next one.
says she's paid
And it's the same
350
thing.
partnership
Here,
capital.
there's 250,000. Here's there's no money.
Right.
It's a bequeath.
That's all it is. So she.
And here she draws an amount equal to the capital.
It's the next one, where they actually have.
That actually goes on.
That's what it's gonna be. The equity still gonna be the same, for capital.
And the first two are the equivalent of a name change. And the next one is it's a capital withdrawal equal to her balance.
So for C,
Okay.
we take it out of cash from other two.
In this case, because she's taken an amount equal to her capital account, it's the 303.
So we don't give any of that capital.
No, all that is Gibbs's capital, no, because her capital is 303, okay? And she's just taken her capital out of the business in the form of cash.
Okay. So the equity that the other partners have doesn't change at all?
No, for instance, Meyer will remain at 74,000 and Hill will remain at 223,000. And Gibbs will be down to 0. And so, just to give you a good answer here, now, assets equal liabilities, so on equity, and liabilities don't come into play here. Assets go down by 303, equity go down by 303, and it still balances. Okay. Carolyn, you doing good? Okay. Jesse, how you doing? On E? All right, let me get some more answers here. All right. Here's D and here's E. All right, with D, she takes cash that's less than her equity, so the difference is a bonus to the old partners. So you find the difference between how much her equity and the cash she takes, and 1/5 goes to Meyer and 4/5 goes to Hill. Now, Jesse, I don't think I'm answering your question. You want to?
It's the next one.
The next one, all right. Well, it's the same sort of thing, except in the opposite direction. So let's see how E reads here. What E says is, she's paid 100,000 partnership cash plus the manufacturing recorded on the books and LSE accumulated depletion of 80. So what she does now is she takes out, so here's the, in this case, here's her capital balance. The goods she takes is the manufacturing equipment minus the
Minus the depreciation.
so that'll give you the book value, okay? And then $100,000 in cash. So here's the book value of the asset, here's the cash. Take that between Does that make sense?
Yeah, I was right, I just didn't realize that I was right.
Okay, all right.
It's a little out of order, but I do have the right.
Sounds good. Junior, you're quiet. You getting everything you need?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I'm doing okay.
Okay, good.
Thank you for asking.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay, it's
I'm
up to
working
you.
on the study.
Okay, it's up to you. Okay, because I know she put Nathan on the
Yeah,
picture.
it's just, I'm just,
Oh, okay.
Combination.
Okay. Sounds good. Jennifer, it should be, isn't it? Okay, good.
Basically.
All right. Thank you, doing good.
Make sure I put it in.
And Jill, are you getting your question answered?
I am, thank you.
You're welcome. Jessica, you getting everything? Good. And this part? How you doing? Now, have you
Right.
adjusted to the
Still
capital?
based on the ratio.
40% and
Little.
10%, and there's five parts
It's
left.
so like still surreal.
Mhm, yeah.
But,
I wonder what you do with
you
it.
know, just trying to organize my schedule.
Yeah,
And it's just awkward.
sounds wonderful. It sounds, all the good content you can make.
Oh, yeah.
And the
It's
fun
a
you can
huge
have.
year.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I'm
You
excited.
get your Rolodex and all that. Yeah,
Yep, yep, I get learn business cards, so I'm really excited about that. I have
sure.
a photo shoot coming
Oh, that doesn't sound like fun. A photo shoot.
Someone's part planning calendar.
No, we do, it's for business cards and the
Mhm.
website and for the program books.
They sent me to Australia when I became princess.
Oh, really? Neat.
Yeah.
That was in Australia?
No, they sent me from Fiji. I'm from Fiji now.
Okay. Oh, but they sent you to where
I
that
was
was
an
a content?
ambassador.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That was cool.
Yeah, I bet it was cool. Yeah. And those are, yeah, there's grand opportunity.
Good money too.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
You guys,
We had lost money.
I won.
Give you money.
Oh, yeah, I won about $3,500.
now, if I turn this over to part two, will I be rushing anybody? So here's the first one in part two. Assume that Gibbs does not retire from the partnership, so instead, Bryce is admitted to the partnership, gave the 20% equity. And he invests 150, 98, and 213, so there'll be a bonus to the old partners, or a bonus to new partners, or something.
This,
Yeah.
so would that 20% be like Gibbs is selling him part of it, or?
Well, he's there admitting, right? And when he admits, he invests 150,000. So in the first one, you take the current capital, okay, and then you, in this case, you take the current capital, and the whole thing comes to 600,000 after you include the new investment. 20% of that is 150, okay? And that's the cash he puts in. So there's no bonus to him. Now, if he puts in an amount greater than that, it'll be a bonus to the old partners.
I guess where I'm confused is if he's buying in for 20%, what percentage of the other partners going down because they already owe 100%?
Well, here, let me show you. So in this case, what it is in this case, what he does is in this case, what happens in that is 600,000, so in this case, 600,000 is the equity before his investment, right? He puts in 98. So it'll be 698 after his investment, and he wants to have a 20% stake in the business. So a 20% stake in the business will be 139. And that's what his capital account will affect. He'll have 20% of the business. He puts in a cash of 98, therefore the difference has to come out of the other partner's equity.
Okay.
So he gets a share of the business greater than his investment.
Got it.
And, you know, maybe the guy's a whiz kid, who knows?
Let's take a look here. So what it is in this case, no, I understand how we came up with it. I'm just wondering if this is a typo, these guys, they're showing the partners agree with these terms.
I just have to sit down and read it carefully. By the way, have you been pro-cash? Yeah. Okay, let's take a look here. So, the following transactions and events affect the partner's capital account to several successive partnerships. Quote, in several successive partnerships. Prepare a table with 6 columns, one for each of the 5 partners, along with the total column should be effectively called partner. So, here's each of the 5 partners. Okay. So, in this case, what they have is they have Reeves and Rex create B and B. Reeves invest 10,000, with 10,000 each. Okay, for a total of 20,000. Then the next year, they earn a $15,000 net income, and it's divided equally. They withdraw this amount and that amount. Their capital ends at that. So this is the total capital, and this is where their capital ends. Then the next year, in 1/1/2001, they make a new partner, this Reese. Okay, he invests $12,000 cash. Okay, the partners agree that 10% interest allowance will be given to each partner's beginning capital balance, and tax are received with the salary allowances. The remainder of the losses will be divided equally.
I was thinking that maybe that point there is the original 12/31/2010. They've gone backwards in the year. This should be a separate entry, 1/1/2010, and then you go to 12/31/2010. Is that just a typo?
Let me just take a look.
This is just a typo here. This has been recorded as the same date with all of this information.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, I think you're right.
That's
This,
the only thing that's
I think you're right. This should show up under this. Or this should show up in the next one.
That's separate.
Exactly, 12/31/2010. You're right, this should show up here.
This should.
My God.
Exactly.
And then it will pick up.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah, I kept trying to figure out, well, what is it that, why are they showing this?
after the fact, where
Yeah.
it really happened before.
I agree. Yeah. All right, here's the rest of this. Okay,
I have a question.
all right,
Where did you get the 41,600 from?
all right, the 41,600, I'm sorry, no,
Oh,
where do you see, I'm sorry, where do you see the 40?
on D.
On D. Oh, on D? B, okay. All right, here's where it came from. So what it is this is the, let me kind of go back some steps. So this was prior to the new partner, what the new partner contributed. And so this is the total equity after the new partner invests, right?
Yes.
All right, 20% of that is 139,600.
Okay.
Then, so this is like a venture capitalist. Venture capitalist says, I want 20% of the, I'm willing to invest $98,000 and I want 20% of the action, right? So in this case, 20% is 139,600. He only invests 98. Therefore, the difference of 41,600 is a bonus to the new partner that comes out of the old partner's equity, is where they're getting. Okay, and I'm so glad you asked. Okay. All right. Now, let's go ahead and do 12-5B. That's the other part of the homework. And 12-5B is found on page 503. So here's 12-5B. And this is more homework. And again, when you do the homework, once you do the B, when you go back and do the A, you'll be able to take it one more step. So here it is. Azure, Ramirez, and Sony, who share income and losses in 2:1 ratio, plan to liquidate their partnership. A liquidation, the balance sheet appears as follows. So cash is 174,300, equipment is 308,600, the total assets is 482,90. The liabilities consist of accounts payable of 171,300. Azure has a capital account of 152,200, Ramirez 97,900, Sony 63,500, the total liabilities and equity. So so the sale of equipment, so they sell the equipment, the allocation of the gain or loss, the payment of the liabilities at book value, and the distribution of the cash in each of the following cases. So the equipment sold is for $325. So the equipment is sold at a gain, and they have to distribute that gain. Then it's sold at a loss, they got to distribute the loss. Sold at a bigger loss. And then, when they then distribute that loss, if any of the partners has a deficit, they pay. And then they sell it for 175. Now the partner with the deficit has no assets, so you got to take that deficit and distribute it among the rest. Does that make sense for an overview? Who's working with this?
I'm almost done.
Almost done. All right, I'll leave it right up there. In fact, if I move it like this, it'll probably be easier to work with. I'll make it just a little bit bigger. And there's more than one of you, so the best thing I can do is leave it up there. You done? Okay. All right, I'm gonna put up the first one of these so that you guys can see how because all the rest will follow a similar pattern. So let me put up this one. And then let me get all that on there just a second. Okay. Sure. Sure. Yeah. Oh, you just did in one step? Yeah. In fact, you kind of do the same way, except you do your calculations, right? Yeah, because you see, oh, I see. You have the gain and sale of equipment and distributed.
Right away.
Yeah. Actually, you probably see it done in two. Sure. The gain, see the gain and sale of equipment? That's a commonly used account name. And sometimes you have a loss in sale of
So
equipment.
instead of doing it like this,
Yeah,
I did a note to myself and then I put it.
you probably want to do it this way. And so what, yeah, because what happens, so sometimes you'll see gain in sale of equipment as one account, loss in sale of equipment as another account. Sometimes you'll see gain/loss in sale of equipment. So if it has a debit, it was a loss. If it has a credit, it was a gain. It's one of those. Normally, you include B. Okay. And the reason is, in accounting, it's kind of unusual not to spell everything out. Just because 2 years from now, when you get audited, this is easy to understand. And normally you just spell everything out, even if it goes a little redundancy into the system. Okay, this is B, this is, so B, okay, let's take a look here. Okay, okay. Now, should I put 2 up there, or will I be rushing? 2 sound good?
A little bit, too.
Can you put one up there too?
Sure. Is that readable if I make it that small?
Yeah.
I'm going to momentarily turn off these middle lights because it'll make it more readable. And I'll turn them back on in a second.
be kind of hard over in the corner to sometimes overlook it. Maybe get everything, maybe shooting up that question. Hey, you kind of play in the corner, so. Diane, you do good?
Can I turn this over? I wish I had a, we get on to part 3. It's all on the same sheet of paper, yeah. You guys want the other one out there, right? Is that what was that the implication behind that?
I'm almost.
And you're almost done. This one person asks, because one person asks, somebody else just do, hey, I know where I can get a second one. I can put up a second one. It'll take me just a minute. And I didn't think of this. Let me put this up here, because I think people have the most, it'll do the most good, and then I'll put up the other one when I get in just a second. In fact, I'll put both of these up here if it isn't too small to read. And so what we have here is 3 and 4. Make this more readable. That's 3 and 4. Mike, we'll see you Monday. Sounds good. Sure thing. See you Monday, Addie. Yeah, I wish this thing was just so slow. All right, you have a good weekend now. We'll see you Monday. Actually, no, I probably want this here. All right, so here's 12-5B. Here's here's part 2 here. Scott, we'll see you Monday? All right, sounds good. See you Monday. Now, for those who were working on it, here's the first A and B of part 2. Here's C and D. What do you guys want? I think Mariah, you were the ones working on that among other people? Oh, man, all right, I'm kidding. You guys, I'm just kidding. All right, listen, here's 3, 4, that's it. So let me put at the end of, here's the end of 5. part 4, and so that would be C. So if I do this, we will make it, is that different? So it goes from here to here.
You know, that was not helpful.
All right, so here's 4B, and then this is C. So that'll get all that on the board. That was not helpful? And that'll do all of 5. And I, yeah.
Thank you,
That's the rest of B.
That's the rest of B.
Thank you.
Yeah, so this, the rest, so. Yep. So that's the rest of B and then C.
So with accounting software, you can just put it in how much cash you got, and then it just do all the rest of that for you.
On this,
And all the rest of that's just.
I think this you have to, this you gotta do by hand. I just don't think, let me stop and think. Yeah,
Because it looks like just a bunch of math based on cash.
yep. You know, I know I've worked with QuickBooks and Peachtree, but I've never done it in this way, so I don't know, to be honest with you. Because I've never done a partnership, you know, the two of them, so I don't know. I'd be willing to bet you that it would do it automatically. But I bet you that when you put in how much you sold it for, it will do everything else to be done automatically, but I won't guarantee it.
Yeah.
And I don't know for sure.
Okay, Chandra is done for today.
All right, we'll see you Monday. Okay. Liz, are you done for the day?
I was looking over it.
I'm sorry, what's that?
I was looking over it.
Oh, okay. I was, yeah, I was just curious, because Chandra said she was done, I just wondered if, okay. So again, all right, on this liquidation, you know, you sell the non-cash assets, record the gain or loss, allocate the gain or loss to the capital accounts, pay the liabilities, and distribute the cash to the partners. Yeah, exactly. So this is part of B, that's the rest of B, and then C and D. Okay.
Sounds like a never-ending problem.
Yeah. Mm-hmm, yep. And it should have made it as readable as possible.
Thank you for sharing your knowledge.
You're sure welcome, Chandra, and we'll see you Monday? All right, good. Okay, all right.
to send to all accounts payable cash.
The pattern, yeah, this is the pattern right here.
Gotta pay it.
You gotta pay it, yeah. And again, it's the same thing as when you get a sole proprietorship. Except the only thing is you got to work on capital account. All right, you guys doing good? Okay, and I'm in no hurry, I just check in with you. Jennifer, you getting everything? Okay. All right, well, sure. There you go. Sure. See you Monday.